Hi, I'm Jerry Rainey. I'm the Director of Business for Lancaster City Schools, and today we're at Mount Pleasant Elementary, and we have Greg Topp, who's with Roger D. Fields and Associates. And Greg, you were the engineer on this project, or actually on all 5 projects.
Yes.
We're going to talk about some energy efficiency items that are in the school today. Well, we're in a typical classroom at Mount Pleasant, and tell us a little bit about the chilled beam system here.
Okay. Typical chilled beam system, it brings in air from a central unit, so air's coming from another location, and it's being provided through this chill beam, and then it's dropping down to the sides, and more air is being brought with it back up. So the way we save energy is because we're moving less air, maybe a third of the air that a typical system would move. That's how we save a lot of energy, because the horsepower is less in that situation.
All right, another feature we have is the thermostats within each room.
Correct.
Can you tell us a little bit about those?
Yeah, correct. So this is a thermostat that during the day it'll be 68, 72, depending on what time of year it is, but it has a night setback or night setup, so in the summertime it'll go up so we don't waste energy. In the wintertime it'll go down to 65 or 60, then it'll have an optimum start in the morning, so it'll be ready for when the kids come in. But it also has an override, so when teachers come in after hours, stay after hours, come in on the weekend, they can punch a button, they have a 2-hour override as well for their room.
One of the other items in the classroom are the lighting.
Right.
The lighting in here is, my understanding, is LED.
Right.
And talk a little bit about what kind of savings we could see from that, and what the benefits of that are.
Okay. LED has come a long way. It's cost-wise come down. It's a lot more efficient than most systems, most lighting. The other benefit with LED in classrooms, we want to dim the lights. We don't need to have a ballast. It has its own little dimmer inside, so it saves costs. The LED typically lasts about 50,000 hours compared to fluorescent, which is 2,000 to 4,000 hours, so it's a lot less maintenance. We have occupancy sensors that have the lights come on automatically. If somebody leaves for the day, they'll go off automatically. We have controls back here behind me, which allow a teacher to dim the lights down in the whole classroom, and she can turn off her marker board or whiteboard lights off and on if she wants to as she's teaching.
All right, Greg, now we're at the mechanical room. We are actually in the 2nd and 3rd grade pod. And behind this wall, there is a DOAS unit. Talk to us a little bit about DOAS. What does that mean? What's it all about?
DOAS stands for Dedicated Outside Air System. So all the air for this wing comes into this unit. It's heated, it's dehumidified, it's cooled, whatever it needs. So when it comes in the classroom, it's the temperature it needs to be, basically. It's, I guess, efficient because we're not moving in here as much air as a normal VAV system or something else. And it's almost as efficient as geothermal. I don't even want to talk about that. But the geothermal, the issue with geothermal is typically the first cost is an issue, but you can't get more efficient than that. But this is the second close, very close.
Right, and my understanding with geothermal also is you need a larger parcel of land,
right,
in order for all the wells to
right,
be drilled to bring that water up.
So that's a problem for most school sites. Yep.
Right.
You need like 5 acres extra or something just for the wells typically.
Right, so my understanding from a layman's term, DOAS is you're bringing the air in from the outside,
Correct.
and you're running it through 2 very large wheels. One is a dehumidifying wheel,
Right.
and one is a heat.
If it's running, it heats it back up if it needs to. Yeah.
Okay.
It makes it dehumidifies it and heats it back up so it's not too cold coming out here. Yeah.
Okay, and then it goes from that unit then straight into the classrooms.
Classrooms. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so now we're at the restrooms area for the Mount Pleasant Elementary School, and I know there's some energy efficiency items going on in here as well.
Yep.
So can you talk a little bit about what those are?
Yes, I will. So water savings primarily here. So, okay, your typical bathroom restroom will have a lavatory or a sink. It'll have a urinal, and it'll have what we call a water closet, which is a toilet. The flow out of the sink or lavatory is 0.5 GPM, which is gallons per minute. That's pretty typical. That's what the code requires. The urinals, however, used to be 1 gallon per flush. Now they're 1/8 of a gallon per flush. So that's a big water savings right there. And the water closets, they do have lower flows, but we typically go with this 1.6 gallons per flush down, 1.1 up. So you push up if you can save some water there.
Okay, now we're outside, and I know there's some elements out here as well that we're going to be seeing that are efficient.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. Well, the lights, which you'll see in a minute, like over the doors, the lights in the parking lot are LED lights as well, and they're very energy efficient. And even a bigger deal is the maintenance. They're like 100,000 hours they run, so that you don't need your lifts to get up and change them all the time, which is pretty common in a lot of schools. And also we've designed the lights so there's not any, they call light pollution, so we're not throwing light out on people's property and that kind of thing. It's all contained on the property of the school.
Now we're at the mechanical room for the entire building.
Right.
And there's some stuff in there you know you want to talk about. So go ahead and tell us what we have.
Well, this is where they make the cold water, chilled water that goes to the DOAS and the classrooms. We make the hot water as well. And we have high efficiency boilers. They're 90% plus efficiency. The domestic hot water heaters are also 90% plus, so that's pretty exciting. The other thing is the air handling unit that serves the kitchen, the dining, the gymnasium, I think the music room and art room, it's called a VAV system. So when the gym's not occupied, it's got a variable speed drive, and it slows the motor down on the fan that provides air for the space, so that saves energy as well.
All right, Greg. So now we're we've seen all the energy efficient items that are in the building. Talk a little bit about the fact that the state requires us to be LEED Silver certified.
Right. So one of the requirements, for the funding and everything, to be LEED Silver certified. LEED stands for Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. We have to design the building with certain things to meet the environment, to save energy, recycle materials, reusing site like Central we got points for that. So all those things together we had to do to meet LEED Silver, and that was part of the requirement for the state of Ohio.
Right. So all these things that went into this building,
right,
all help to meet that.
Right.
And overall, it's a good energy saver.
It's a good idea.
Yes.
The lighting's pleasant. The temperature and the humidity in the buildings can be comfortable, and lots of windows, and just a pleasant environment for the kids to learn.
Right. Great.
Yep.
Well, thank you very much.
Sure. Thank you.